What up? What up? So, again, money never sleeps, neither does a sale. When a sale starts, you gotta be there for the sale. So, there was a estate sale right down the street from me. I got a little lazy, started listing a couple things, which I probably shouldn't have did. Started listing stuff, got distracted for about a half hour. About 9:30, sale started at 9. If I just stuck to my gun and went at 9, like I'm supposed to go, even earlier, I don't know why I do this to myself sometimes, but I get in there and I'm like 2 minutes late. There's a guy, he's buying a Fisher receiver, which I could have had my hands on that. It wasn't nothing great, but I mean, I'm sure it could have been $100. And then he had a Sega Saturn with, I don't know, 6 games, decent games, a couple $50 games. Yeah, so you win some and you lose some. You snooze, you lose. You become busy, you miss out. So with that being said, make sure you're using your time wisely for reselling. I don't care how much stock you have in your inventory, you should always be looking for more, because you never know when you're going to find a nugget. So if I wasn't content with all the inventory that I have and be like, oh, I got to list some of this stuff, that leaves me where I'm not buying anything. So if I'm not buying anything, then there's no, I mean, money only generates when you're selling, so, but if you know what you're buying, and you're buying hardy, good items, you can sit on them no matter how long. You can sit on them for 2 years, and it'll most likely still be the same price. Video games fluctuate, but not really. Sega Saturn games don't fluctuate too much. They actually go up in value. They don't really go down. So, with that being said, source, buy. For me, listing is not a set priority. All I really need to do is list a couple items to get my money back, and then I just keep the inventory, and when I get around to listing the inventory, I list the inventory and collect profit. So, just say it that basically you should always be sourcing. Never miss a sourcing day. Today's Saturday. It's probably the only day I'm gonna have for sourcing this week. We bought some stuff. We got 3 pairs of vintage glasses, 7 electronic pieces, some cribbage boards, some other BS. Probably overpaid on the first pile of stuff, which was the glasses, the cribbage boards, and stuff like that. So we paid $20 for that, and then I paid $25 for 7 electronics, a pile of junk. Well, I'll show you in the video later, but a pile of junk, 1 snap-on wrench, which hopefully nobody takes by the time I get back to give this lady the money. It's like a fixed, like a adjustable wrench snap-on, so that might be $20. So I'll assume that the snap-on wrench will pay for the electronics. We'll take the electronics, we'll grind the electronics at the flea market. There might be 1 good piece that's sellable online. And I got another, what do you want to say, another 10 controllers, 10 remotes for the remote lot. I don't really keep remotes for any of the electronics unless if I'm going to sell the electronic, like it's a good one. So, got to get to the bank, pay the mortgage, get some cash, 25 cash, head back, pick up the inventory, shuffle it home. Maybe we'll go for one more scavenger run, and that's about it. That's it for the day for picking for me. And got to move a chicken coop and a bunch of ducks and chickens to New Hampshire. That's a 3-hour drive. Chickens and ducks to a friend's house with a coop. Got those for free because the person that owns these animals can't, and I don't want to say they can't take care of them, but they can't harbor them in their town without building a fence around the house. And they're on like a 4 or 5 acre property, so building a fence is not really feasible for them. So again, the owners of the animals don't have time to tend to the animals, so we're going to send them off to New Hampshire. A couple friends of ours have a nice hearty set of chickens and ducks, and they'll have a good life over there. So that's tomorrow's work. Today's work is we got to go back, pick up the items, the inventory, pay the mortgage, and list. Still haven't gotten done with the uranium mushroom. We're gonna go home and list that. I wrote the ad, just gotta take the pictures and post it. I put a stiff price of $320 on that. I don't have a black light to test it, but I'm just gonna go for the gamble and just call it legit, not a repop, legit 1970s uranium glass mushroom paperweight. So check out the bids on that. Some crazy bidding going on those. All that uranium glass stuff's wicked expensive and very collectible, so keep your eye out for some of that stuff. That's some good stuff to find. So here we are at the good old here we are at the piece of shit Bank of America. Gotta be the worst friggin' bank in the world. So going in there, take some cash out. Peace!